Steve Harvey turns heads with Shedeur Sanders' prediction. The Cleveland Browns don't intend to play Shedeur Sanders for the time being. He's currently the third-string/emergency quarterback behind Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel. That's not unusual for a fifth-round pick, especially one who proved he wasn't fully ready during the preseason. Nevertheless, many celebrities and fans continue to push the Browns to give Sanders a chance. That long list now includes entertainer Steve Harvey. Harvey even predicted the Browns would trade Sanders. Why Shedeur lasted this long in the draft is beyond me, but it's okay. They did what they did. Everybody knows what was done. We don't need to beat a dead horse. I am praying to God that Shedeur gets an opportunity to show what he can really do, and I think that would probably be the best thing for him. But knowing the Cleveland Browns, they're dumb **** going to trade him. This is the type of distraction the organization doesn't need, and things like this may have been a major factor in why Sanders slipped so far in the 2025 NFL Draft. The fact that he's not getting on the field is indicative of where he's at in his development. If they're not giving Sanders a chance, it's because he's not ready. He might have already been famous before entering the league, but he's a late-round pick nonetheless, and not many of those get an opportunity to play quarterback in their rookie season. When Steve Harvey talks, people tend to listen, whether it's about relationships, life lessons, or those famous one-liners that can shut down a room. But when Harvey steps into the sports world, particularly the NFL arena, it always creates a ripple. This time, his target wasn't the usual suspects like Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. Instead, it was the young and rising quarterback Shedeur Sanders, who has become one of the most polarizing names in football today. Harvey didn't just offer casual commentary. He dropped a prediction that had fans, analysts, and even former players shaking their heads, leaning forward, and replaying his words on loop. Shedeur Sanders ain't just the future of the Browns, he's the future of the NFL. The reaction was instant. Twitter exploded, podcasts scrambled to cut emergency episodes, and sports bars debated whether Harvey had just gone off script or spoken a kind of truth the NFL wasn't ready to embrace. Harvey's boldness. Steve Harvey has always thrived in places where others hesitate. He knows how to own a stage, hold an audience, and deliver his message with absolute conviction. That same fire was present when he spoke about Shedeur. "Look, y'all can sit here and pretend like this kid ain't built different," Harvey said during a segment on his radio show. "I've seen swagger before, I've seen talent before, but this is the perfect storm. Deion's bloodline, that work ethic, that poise. Shedeur Sanders is gonna turn the NFL on its head." And just like that, Harvey went from host to headline. Why Shedeur? The easy answer is his talent. Even skeptics admit Shedeur Sanders' arm talent, accuracy, and composure are rare for a quarterback barely starting his NFL journey. He's already making throws seasoned veterans wouldn't dare. He carries himself with a calm that feels unshaken by pressure. But Harvey's prediction wasn't only about football mechanics. He was pointing at something bigger, the cultural presence Shedeur brings. "This league is about more than X's and O's now," Harvey explained. "It's about leadership, about inspiring a locker room, about shifting the culture. That boy got his daddy's charisma and his own flavor. He's about to become a brand, and brands change everything." It wasn't just commentary, it was a forecast for the kind of superstar Shedeur could become. Fans split down the middle. The reactions to Harvey's prediction were as divided as a rivalry game. On one side, believers echoed his words. "Steve's speaking facts. Shedeur's about to run this league." People laughed at Deion too. "Watch this family prove everyone wrong." On the other side, the doubters lined up quickly. "Steve Harvey needs to stick to comedy and game shows. We ain't crowning a rookie just yet. Pump the brakes." The beauty of it. Harvey thrives in controversy. He knows how to create a conversation and keep it alive. And whether you agreed with him or not, you couldn't stop talking about Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur reacts. When asked about Harvey's comments, Shedeur gave the kind of measured response you'd expect from someone raised under the constant spotlight of Deion Sanders. "I appreciate it for sure," Shedeur said with a smile. "Steve's a legend, so to even be in his conversation is big. But I can't let that get to my head. I still gotta work. I still gotta prove it every Sunday." That answer only fueled Harvey's conviction. See, Harvey said later on a podcast. That's the mindset of a superstar. He hears the noise but stays locked in. That's how you know he's different. The Browns' angle. Part of Harvey's prediction hinged on the Cleveland Browns. A franchise known for heartbreak and instability at quarterback, the Browns have been searching for decades for their savior. Cleveland deserves this, Harvey said. This city has been through enough. I'm telling you right now, Shedeur Sanders is about to give that town the hope it's been praying for. The Cleveland faithful, often battered by years of dashed expectations, were torn between excitement and caution. But Harvey's prediction gave them something dangerous: belief. Comparisons to legends. Naturally, once Harvey threw down the gauntlet, the comparisons began. Could Shedeur follow in the footsteps of Lamar Jackson? Could he outshine Joe Burrow? Could he someday be mentioned alongside Tom Brady or Peyton Manning? Harvey cut through the chatter. Don't compare him to nobody. Let him be the first Shedeur Sanders. That name about to mean something. It was a powerful statement, echoing the same sentiment Dion once said about himself: don't measure me by another man's yardstick. A larger cultural moment. Harvey's prediction wasn't just about football. It was about legacy, culture, and the shifting tides of the NFL. The league is no longer just about raw performance. It's about narratives, personalities, and the cultural waves that young stars can ride. Shedeur isn't just a quarterback. He's Dion's son. He's a product of Colorado's meteoric rise. He's walking proof of the new athlete, skilled, marketable, and unafraid to own his story. Harvey understood that better than most. When a young black quarterback comes into this league with confidence and composure, the whole world watches different, Harvey said. Shedeur is carrying something bigger than himself. That's why I said what I said. The domino effect. Harvey's words did more than stir debate. They lit a fire. Sports media dedicated entire segments to debating whether his prediction was insane or prophetic. Former NFL players chimed in, some agreeing, others rolling their eyes. And among fans, one truth became clear. People were now paying even closer attention to Shedeur Sanders. Every throw, every mistake, every highlight would now be measured against Harvey's prediction. Could Shedeur live up to the hype? Or would Harvey's boldness be remembered as one of the wildest calls of his career? The final word. Steve Harvey has never been afraid to put his reputation on the line, whether on stage or on live TV. And in choosing Shedeur Sanders as the future of the NFL, he might have done more than just stir conversation. He might have spoken a vision into reality.